losers quarters. We have Teb versus Luis. The Mario mirror match we saw in round 1, Teb being forced to carve a trail through losers, getting through Tyrant, Twan, and through XA to get here. Luis also with a good run as well, taking out Shaky in the winner's end. Last time, it also went to, like, every time these guys meet, it goes basically to game 5 last hit, but Luis always clutches it out. He believes himself to be one of the best people at the Mario Mirror, and he definitely has shown it with his recent performances.
No, he's definitely very confident in this Ditto, but so far, Teb is actually putting on quite a number of percent, but now he finds himself at a deficit right back off stage as well.
Yeah. I got everything mixed up for a moment. I thought Teb was the red one, but no, Teb is the blue one. Oh, almost gets that sweet spot. Right now, a very strong start for Teb.
Yep. Ooh, trying to go for the out smash, but couldn't pull the trigger in time to account for that air dodge. And ooh, I like that soft nair out from Luis, seeing if he can go ahead and get a conversion right after it. And the cape, very slick stuff for Teb to get another projectile in his way to mess with Luis.
Yeah, exactly. Just being able to control the space is the name of the game here. It tends to be a very patient match between these two, a lot of baiting with movement. They both recognize the ability of each other to punish their reckless approaches with death, so a lot of restraint.
Wow, it was actually a really good call out for the jump from Teb. He ended up going up with that upper to hit Luis back up and then end up landing. Caught him with that back air to solidify that stock for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the sponsors get away from that forward smash attempt, dash attack, not going to catch the invincibility, but still, pretty good percent and keeping the stage pressure.
Yeah, and plus that dash attack has a chance to 2-frame as well, so it makes sense for Teb to go for it. Relatively low risk option, but right now, it's looking like Luis wants to find some way to close this out. He's not able to, though. Teb, with these techs on deck, is going to be caught with any sort of pivot up smash nonsense.
No, I mean, both of them really understand that they're most likely not going to go and land those easy up smashes as Luis is kind of throwing out.
Yeah.
So they've basically just been trying to move around, get movement just like this there at the ledge to get back throws, or even just trying to bait out some more back airs.
Yeah, just some slick stuff in order to get the more guaranteed things. The common Mario shenanigans aren't going to be as effective when your opponent is just as good of a Mario as you are.
Ooh, forward air coming off from Luis and them just trading jabs. Wow, Luis barely just slipped up in there to go ahead and get a grab of his own.
Teb just staying cool on that platform. He finds himself a power shield into up air, up B. Oh, the up B doesn't connect. That was so scary, though.
The down smash punish, not going to go ahead and catch him. That's a scary thing that you have to account for when you're trying to punish someone that isn't free fall. They have enough air drift to get behind you, and you end up whiffing.
Oh, great pivot grab by Luis. Gets himself stage control, and we're looking right now at a last hit situation. Luis able to make up that distance almost immediately, but unfortunately his nair is going to be caught by Teb's up smash. Teb taking the first game, but I mean, this is going to be a game 5 set if the past sets are any indication. This is only just beginning. The way these two end up adapting to each other across the set is always a nice sight to behold.
Yeah, no, it would come to no surprise if that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
But no, good stuff to Teb to go ahead and get that stock. Luis ended up thinking that when they were next to each other, that his nair would come down the same speed as Teb was, and unfortunately that wasn't the case, and Teb had the time to get out that up smash.
I love it when they both let each other charge their floods.
It's a better gentleman than going for limit when you have a cloud though.
I mean, it's really important in this matchup as well, because there's a lot of utility in flood in terms of forcing yourself into that nice stage control situation.
Oh my goodness. The up smashes are coming out as for a combo tool, not even just trying to go for those kills, as we've famously seen before.
Fantastic move in the arsenal.
And now really, like for Teb, he's been spacing out the back air a lot better than Luis has so far. Like, Teb's game plan is just trying to get that whip punish like he did right there. He allowed Luis to go ahead and get in, and then just getting him right afterwards.
We're seeing a lot of attempts at the baits, right? Right now, it's Teb's baits that are working stronger than Luis, but they're both doing a lot of short hops with their backs to their opponent. And the idea of short hopping is that the temptation is the opponent wants to run and catch your landing, because they know during those landing frames, you can't really air dodge, you can't shield. That's technically an opening, but by spacing yourself correctly, you provoke your opponent to think they can go for it, and they can.
Nope. No, continuously Teb keeping Luis in this corner, finally getting the correct read on that up smash, and he's been covering that option the whole time. Luis finally giving in.
I mean, it's so scary, especially with the way that Teb was threatening at that ledge position. You know that he's constantly having on his mind some sort of read, and some sort of dunk, for example.
No, Luis actually trying to go for a dunk on his own, but Teb fortunately just getting away. Wow, forward throw into the up smash. Not a lot of time to go ahead and react to that.
Ooh.
Going for the lock, but right there, Luis ended up going the opposite direction. Jabs is filling each other out, and I think jab is such an important tool in this matchup Because whenever they overextend just a tiny bit, or they feel like they're trying to bait into each other, they want that percent at the end with the jab.
Oh, nice falling there. Oh, doesn't get the forward air right afterwards, but still.
But get up attack actually catching him, doing a double jump, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, very clean punish on that back air. Just running right past it and then catching the head.
Our single coin for the super jump punch. Gonna go ahead and clip Luis, and wow, the cape sending the fireball straight back to Teb.
I mean, that was a really important cape too, because if he air dodged or got hit by it, he would have gone too low.
Wow, what an answer coming from Luis. Teb trying to space out 2 forward smashes of his own, but the moment Luis decides to go for one, gets the sweet spot and gets the stock.
Right now, yep, just constantly jumping, putting yourself in a position where you can anytime throw out a back air and move forward or backwards very fluidly. But right there, Luis trying to have courage, you know, running up with that shield this time, trying to catch whatever Teb was going to punish that moving with, but got caught for it.
Teb being so patient, trying to see what the get-up option was going to be. Just trying to pin him in this corner as he has been doing this whole game. Gets underneath one more time. The up smash going to catch him. And that was a very errant fireball from Luis. I don't expect... He didn't really expect Teb to be in that position. He thought it'd be a little more far out to where he can go ahead and approach with that fireball like a lot of Marios do.
Yeah, he was expecting like more of a disengaged pressure, the way that most of the game has been going, right? But that was one of those times where Teb wanted to play a little bit more hot. And like that's often the dynamic between these two, is a constant shifting between hot and cold, and the one that ends up taking it out is the one who's able to like catch wind of how the opponent is feeling at that moment and play to the right tempo to it. Right now, I'm actually kind of reminded of the first time these two met, because if I remember correctly, it was actually Teb who did have like a 2-0 lead at first. But then he starts to get a little bit linear with the way he was looking for taking the final stock, and Luis got onto that and not only clutched out that game, but then clutched out the whole set by, by that same adjustment.
Yeah, but that is something to go ahead and keep in mind coming into Game 3 now. Will Teb be, cursed by his past of what's been happening before, and or will he go ahead and find the answer? I mean, the first 2 games, he definitely figured out what to do. I think really the key thing for Teb that's separating him away from Luis right now in this set is the fact that when he does get Luis in that corner, when he's on that ledge, he is keeping him there, and he's getting so much residual damage from just the small chipping of just being in that ledge. And it's kind of like Zero-S to an extent, because when Zero has the banana and he covers basically almost every option, even though you're getting like 10-15% at a time during each exchange, those add up. So when he went for that up smash, he got the stock very, very easily.
Doing such a good job defending right now. Every single time, like, he somehow knows what Luis is looking for every single time he runs in, whether it's going to be for a back air or something else. That was a good nair, though. Luis forcing Teb to that corner.
Forward smash Teb not going to catch him going. A couple of these uppers, reverse hitbox, but it doesn't net anything but some good percent. Wow, double perfect shields coming out from Luis, understanding he definitely needed those unless he was going to lose it.
Oh, trying to get the same read he got last game, but Luis wasn't going to give it to him. Almost killing with that down air, too.
Wow, Luis actually just not pulling anything. Both of them kind of running at each other with their smash attacks, and Teb coming on top with that back throw, and the flood getting right underneath it, catching with a back air.
Ooh, good pickup by Dante, by Teb.
I know right now it's looking like this game is all Teb. Luis needs to hurry up and try to find some type of answer. He is almost in up smash percent.
How's that for an answer?
He earned me most likely.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. Let's go.
Staying really, really loose. I mean, Luis recognizes this is his last stock potentially, right? If he dies here, his whole run here at the invitation is over, and I know he doesn't want that.
No, I mean, neither of these players want that.
Yeah.
Jumping around. Wow. Man, just rolling past that up smash, getting a neutral air there, sending Luis right back off stage again. The ledge pressure, up air. He's still there. Oh, tech in. Okay.
I mean, that's the scary stuff, right? Normally, that's the risky option, which is the reason why Teb didn't read it. He expected Luis in this situation to play defensively. So that bold option is exactly the sort of thing Luis needs to find the right moments for. In the neutral, though, overall, it tends to be a Teb that ends up playing the really outpatiently game. But here we go.
Yeah, Luis finally getting his chance and his turn to start putting on some damage, but only netting himself 2 areas before Teb starts going back on the offensive. Again, this chase down from Teb is ridiculous. Wow, barely getting away from the forward air attempt.
Oh, nice back air. Ends up getting the first hit, getting corner control.
Yeah, just trading around with one another. The glutes of that Nair going to catch him, and wow, Teb, the 3-0 over Luis.
Wow. Teb actually playing so well that entire set. Like, the amount of patience that he displayed in general in that neutral, like, still can't kind of get over. Like, that was so much slower play than I'm used to seeing him do in terms of the Mario Mirror in general, right? Like, constantly testing, the strength of Luis's resolve and being able to goad him out in so many situations to come in, and then having a good intuition for what he was going to be coming in with, whether it was a run-up shield that he would just simply grab, or being able to find that back air and out, like, in the meantime, outspacing, say, Luis's back air in the same process. It was really well done.
Definitely. I mean, at the same time, I think from the earlier set yesterday,
Yeah.
Teb just learned a lot. He figured out exactly what he needed to do to change and tweak for